Hello my wonderful viewers, you are welcome again to another Cafdil Science Lessons. My name is Ernest Ato Bentel. Viewers, the last time we met we talked about some life processes of living things, specifically how living things feed, and that's nutrition in living things. Today we are going to talk about another life process of living things. As I said, these life processes are so important that when we fail to perform them, we may even die. And today we are going to look at another life process of living thing. The topic for today is reproduction in animals. We are going to talk about reproduction in animals. But before we start, let's mark the homework you were given on nutrition in animals, or the nutrition of animals. 1. Explain the following with 2 examples each. The first one is herbivore, and they are animals that eat plants only. They are called plant eaters, and examples are goats and sheep. Goats and sheep. 2. Carnivores are animals that eat meat only, and because of this they are called meat eaters, and examples are lion and then cheetah. They are meat eaters. And then the last one, omnivores, are animals that eat both plants and meat, and because of this they are called plant and meat eaters, and examples are human beings and dog. So these are the answers to the questions you were given in that homework. I believe you had the questions right. Good. Now let's look at today's topic on reproduction in animals. As I said, reproduction is one of the life processes of living things. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to explain what reproduction is. When you hear reproduction anywhere, at the end of the lesson, you'll be able to explain what reproduction is. 2. Explain what giving birth means. Explain what giving birth means. And then 3. Mention 3 examples of living things that reproduce young ones through giving birth. So at the end of the lesson, you'll be able to explain what reproduction is, explain what giving birth means, and then 3. Mention 3 examples of living things that reproduce young ones through giving birth. Good. Now let's begin the lesson. What is reproduction? What is reproduction? When animals give birth to young ones, we say it is reproduction. When animals give birth to young ones, we say it is reproduction. So if you look on your screen here, this woman has given birth to this beautiful baby, and that is what we call reproduction. This cat here has given birth to this beautiful kitten, and we say it is reproduction. And viewers, normally when we say reproduction, the young ones look like their parents. The young ones look like their parents. So if you look at this woman here, this baby looks like the parents because they all have the same features. If you see this cat here and this kitten here, the kitten here, the young cat, looks exactly like the parents. You will not see a cat giving birth to a dog, or you will not see a human being giving birth to an animal. Human being gives birth to human beings. Cat gives birth to cats. Dogs give birth to dogs. That is what we call reproduction. The young ones look like their parents. So when animals give birth to young ones, we say it is reproduction, and the young ones look like their parents. There are 2 ways of reproduction in animals. When God created the heavens and the earth, children, God commanded that living things be fruitful and multiply. That is what the Bible says. when God created everything, he commanded living things that be fruitful and multiply. So if we should be fruitful and multiply, there are only two ways that living things can multiply. The first one is by giving birth, and what you see here is what you call giving birth. You saw that the baby came from the mother. From the mother, that is what we call giving birth. And we have hatching from eggs. The mother will lay an egg and the young one will come out from the egg. So in multiplying as living things, there are two ways. Either they give birth to you, or the living thing came from an egg. We human beings, we were giving birth to. Other animals also give birth, and some also come from eggs. So there are only two ways that living things reproduce. The first one is giving birth, and the second one is hatching from eggs. The young one coming from eggs. Now let's look at reproduction through giving birth. Reproduction through giving birth. Giving birth by an animal means the animal producing a baby from its body. So you see that the baby came from the body of this giraffe. The young giraffe came from the body of the mother giraffe, and that is what we mean by giving birth. The animal coming from the body of the mother. That is what we call giving birth. The unborn baby, when you are the young living thing is in the womb of the mother, we call it the fetus, develops in the womb of the mother. So if you take this elephant, you see that the young elephant is here. Where the elephant lies right now is what we call the womb of the mother. The womb. It takes some time before the fetus matures, before it comes out of the mother, and that process is what we call giving birth. So the time it takes for the unborn baby you see here to fully develop in the mother's womb is called gestation period. Say it after me: gestation period. We call it gestation period. So when you see any animal pregnant, that moment is called gestation period. It means the unborn baby is developing in the womb of the mother. When the baby matures fully, then it will come out from the mother. So the unborn baby is called the fetus, develops in the womb of the mother before it comes out as a newborn baby. When you take elephants, their babies stay in their womb for 18 to 24 months, almost 2 years, and they give birth to only one. So elephants, the gestation period, that is the time the unborn baby spends in the mother's womb, is between 18 to 24 months, almost 2 years. So the elephant gets pregnant. So when the unborn baby is in the womb of the mother, you call it pregnancy. So pregnancy means that there's an unborn baby in the womb of a woman. That is what we call pregnancy. And elephants, their unborn babies spend 18 to 24 months in their womb. And we call that period that you are in the mother's womb gestation period. After the gestation period, the baby will come out of the mother. So there's the elephant. We saw this unborn baby in the womb, and right now it came out of the mother, and that is what we call giving birth. So right now the gestation period is over, so the baby comes out. Yes, good. Now let's look at some examples of living things that reproduce through giving birth. So mammals, we treated the groups of animals or classes of animals. We talked about insects, we have talked about mammals, reptiles, amphibians. So we will go through each of these group of animals, how they reproduce, and we are starting with mammals. Mammals give birth to live young ones. So mammals give birth to live young ones. So we are mammals. Human beings give birth to live young ones. So we normally, children, I believe you have seen mothers with big tummy like this. Yes, that means that they are in the gestation period. A baby is inside the stomach. So can you see the stomach? Now you see a baby inside the stomach, and we call this fetus. It is developing in the womb of the mother. So when it finally develops, then it will come out. So it takes humans 9 months for unborn babies to develop in the womb of our mothers. 9 months. So I spent 9 months in the womb of my mom. You also spent 9 months in the womb of your mom, because that is the time, the gestation period for human beings, 9 months. So we all spend 9 months in the womb of our mothers. And after 9 months, our mothers will go to the hospital. When the baby wants to come out, our mothers will have the feeling, they will take them to the hospital, and then the doctors will find the best way to bring the babies out of the mother's womb. So we all came from our mother's womb like this. So you see the doctor's hand here taking the baby from the mother's womb. When our mothers get to the hospital, the doctors will find the best way to bring the baby from the mother's womb. So human beings reproduce by giving birth. We all pass through this process. Every human being on this earth once spent 9 months in the mother's womb, and we all came out from our mother's womb, and that is what we call giving birth. So human beings give birth, and after giving birth, mommies will be smiling. We will all be smiling because a new baby is born into the family. We will all be very happy, and then we see the newborn baby. So that is giving birth. Giving birth. So human beings give birth. Let's look at other animals. The first one is goat. So let's watch the goat. The goat too is giving birth. So you see the goat coming out from the body of the mother, and that is what we call giving birth. So you see the goat coming. That's the goat here coming from the mother's womb. And this is what we call giving birth. This is what we call giving birth. The goat coming from the mother's womb is what we call giving birth. So as I said, there are two ways of reproduction, either by giving birth or by coming from an egg. And goats, they give birth. So the goat has given birth to a new baby, and you call the baby kid. But the goat has given birth. Yes, the goat has given birth. So right now we have two living things that give birth, human beings and goats. We will look at another one. So the goat has given birth. The next one is mouse. Mouse. It takes mouse 2 to 3 weeks to give birth. So their gestation period is between 2 to 3 weeks. So mouse, they don't get pregnant for a long time. Between 2 to 3 weeks they will give birth. So this mouse too is giving birth. That's giving birth to one, and they can give birth to 10, 14. Another one. So the mouse is giving birth, and they can give birth to plenty young ones. The mouse is giving birth. So this is what we call giving birth. They came from the womb of the mother. Came from the womb of the mother. When we are born as humans, at the hospital they will give us a bath. They will bath us. The hospital officials or the nurses will bath the newborn baby. But animals, they can't bath them, so they normally lick all the liquid, all the blood from the newborn babies. Just look, the mouth has given birth to plenty babies. Yes, so mouse also, they give birth. Mice also give birth, as you have seen. Mice also give birth. See, when they get pregnant, their gestation period is 2 to 3 weeks. That is the time the unborn babies spend in their mother's womb. So this is what we call giving birth. Let's look at pig. Pigs also give birth. So this pig is also giving birth. They are coming from here. So see, they are coming from here. The legs are coming. Yes, they are giving birth to the first one. Pigs also give birth to plenty piglets. And what is this piglet looking for? Looking for the udder to suck. They want some milk to suck. Another one is coming. So this pig is giving birth. So when you come from your mother's womb, that is what we call giving birth. So humans beings give birth. We saw the goat giving birth. We saw the mouse giving birth. And right now, the pig is also giving birth. Yes, they can also give birth to 8, 10 piglets. So this pig is also giving birth. So that is reproduction. Reproduction. Giving birth to live young ones. Giving birth to live young ones. Giving birth to live young, as you see the pig doing. So we have how many here? About six piglets here. 6 piglets. They are all fighting for milk. And as we said, mammals, they feed on milk. Mammals feed on milk. So this pig has also given birth. They all came, still giving birth to more. They all came from the mother's womb. They all spent some time in their mother's womb. And when they matured, they came. We have dog. A dog. Dogs too also give birth. So let's look at this dog. Also giving birth. Giving birth to one. Dogs too also give birth. If you have dogs at home, cats at home, you see that they also give birth from time to time. Because they can't bath their young ones, they lick them with their tongue. It's giving birth to second puppy. You see it coming. Yes. So this dog too is giving birth. This dog too is giving birth. When God created us, said we should be fruitful and multiply. And the means of multiplying is what we call giving birth or reproduction. So reproduction is the means of multiplying as living things. And we have two ways. Either you came from your mother's womb or you came from an egg. You came from an egg. So in this lesson we are looking at living things that came from their mother's womb. Living things that came from their mother's womb. So we saw the human, we saw the goats, we saw the mouse, we saw the pig, we saw the dog, and now we have cats. Cats. This cat too is giving birth. This cat too is giving birth. And we keep all these animals at home. So if you have cats at home, I believe you have seen some of them giving birth before. So this cat too is giving birth. And as I said, when we talk about giving birth, you come from your mother's womb. come from your mother's womb. So the cat is giving birth. So you see the young cat coming. See the young one coming. See the young cat coming. Yes. Cat is giving birth. So the cat is giving birth. So that is one of the life processes. Reproduction. One of the life processes. So either you come from an egg or you come from the womb of the mother. So you see, this cat has struggled and it has given birth. You see the father here. The father is happy. Yes, a son is born. So this cat has given birth. And as I said, when humans are born, we take our first bath at the hospital. But since these animals cannot bath their young ones, they lick them off any blood or any fluid on them. Good. Now let's look at some reptiles. Some reptiles also give birth to live young ones. And examples are snakes and chameleons. Snakes. So let's look at a snake giving birth. So snakes give birth. So let's look at the snake giving birth. So this snake is giving birth. Not all snakes are hatched from eggs. Some give birth, and this is an example of a snake giving birth. So this snake is giving birth. Not all snakes are hatched from eggs. Some give birth, like this snake. So this snake is also giving birth. Yes. So the snake is giving birth. This snake too is giving birth. Just look at it. This snake too is giving birth to live young ones. So look at the young ones. So they also get pregnant and then they give birth. So that this snake has given birth to 1, 2, 3, 4. Since the fifth one is coming. So some snakes also give birth. Some snakes also give birth. Yes. And this one too. Yes. The snake is giving birth. Yes. Yes. So snakes also give birth. And when we talk about reptiles, let's look at the chameleon also. The chameleon is also a reptile. And some chameleons also give birth. So you see the chameleon here giving birth. Yes. See the chameleon here giving birth. If you look at this, you see the young one will be coming. Yes. The chameleon too is giving birth. Yes. So this is a young chameleon. The chameleon has given birth. They can also give birth to 8, 10. So the chameleon has given birth to a live young one. There's a young one. There's a young one. So chameleons also give birth. Some snakes also give birth, as you saw. And we have an insect called tsetse. Insect called tsetse or tsetse, and they also give birth. So this tsetse is also giving birth. And you know, they normally suck our blood. Butterflies are insects that suck our blood and give us a disease called sleeping sickness. Sleeping sickness. And they also get pregnant and they give birth. Because you see the young one, they also give birth. They don't lay eggs, but they give birth to their live young ones. So the butterfly is giving birth to a live young one. This is not the egg, this is a young butterfly giving birth. And when they are born, they hide themselves for about a month for them to mature fully before they come out. So this is a young butterfly being given birth to. Yes, this is a young butterfly. An egg cannot move, you see, so they give birth. So this is a young butterfly. So butterflies also give birth to live young ones. They give birth to live young ones. They give birth to live young ones. Now viewers, we are almost at the end of the lesson, and today we looked at reproduction as one of the life processes of living things. As I said, when God created the heavens and the earth, He commanded the living things, be fruitful and multiply. And there are only two ways that living things can multiply. Either we come from our mother's womb or you come from an egg. So today in this lesson we looked at giving birth, that is coming from the womb of a female or coming from the womb of a mother. And today we looked at the dog as an example of animals that give birth as a form of reproduction. Cats also give birth. Goats also give birth. Pigs also give birth. Monkeys also give birth. Mouse also give birth. Elephants also give birth. And some reptiles like snakes and then chameleons, they also give birth. So today we looked at one form of reproduction, living things that reproduce through giving birth. Living things that reproduce through giving birth. So before we end this lesson, let's test ourselves on this lesson. 1. How many methods of reproduction are there in animals? How many methods of reproduction? We have 4, we have 3, we have 2. Good. The answer is 2. Either you were given birth to or you came from an egg. 2. Development of the baby takes place in the dash of animals that give birth. Development of the baby takes place in the dash of animals that give birth. You have womb, you have stomach, you have belly. Good. The answer is womb. So the baby develops in the womb, and that period of development is what we call gestation. Which of the following reptiles give birth to live young ones? Which of the following reptiles give birth to live young ones? We have lizard, we have snake, we have crocodile. In the video that we watched, which reptile did you see giving birth? Lizard, snake, crocodile. Good. The answer is snake. The answer is snake. 4. Which of the following insects give birth to live young one? Which of the following insects give birth to live young one? We have ants, we have butterfly, we have bee. So in the lesson, which insect did you see giving birth to live young one? Ant, we have butterfly, we have bee. Good. The answer is butterfly. Yes. So butterflies give birth to live young ones. 5. An animal producing a baby from its body is called an animal producing a baby from its body is called, we have hatching, we have giving birth, we have breaking egg. Producing a baby from its body, hatching, giving birth, breaking egg. Good. Giving birth. So if an animal produces a baby from its body, we call it giving birth. Good. We have all done well. We have all done well. And as usual, before we leave, take this homework and try your hands on. 1. Explain reproduction. Explain reproduction. 2. What does it mean by giving birth? When I say giving birth, what does it mean? What does giving birth means? And then 3, state 3 examples of animals that reproduce young ones through giving birth. State 3 examples of animals that reproduce young ones through giving birth. Kate, I'll give you some few minutes to put this homework down. Hello viewers, you are welcome back. I believe you were able to put the assignment down. Make sure you try your hands on. Today we looked at one of the life processes of living things, specifically reproduction. We said there are 2 ways of reproduction. Either you are being given birth to or you come from an egg, what we call hatching. Today we looked at giving birth and living things that give birth. In our next lesson, we also look at animals that reproduce through hatching, that is coming from eggs. Until I come your way with that lesson again, this is your teacher, Ernest Ato Bente. Bye-bye.